Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm meadsy69. Welcome back to the channel. Now, me and this tank right here, we have history. Yes, we have beef. We have mega beef, and I've never forgot about my beef with the T25 Pilot. So what was my beef with this tank? People that have been around with the channel for a while would know exactly what my beef or what my issue is with this tank. So Wargaming started to add crates. Into the game. Now, before, it used to just be sort of tier 9 and tier 10 tanks that was for crates. Any tier 7 or tier 8 tanks that come into the game, any new tank, used to just be sold for either money or for gold. They didn't used to really bring any crates other than tier 9 or tier 10. Some, not even tier 9, to be honest. It's mostly just tier 10. Now, the Pilot was one of those first tier 8 tanks that came in crates, and I absolutely raged in my video. I absolutely raged. Like, Wargaming, what the F do you think you're doing? What gives you the right to start selling tier 8 tanks in crates, especially a tank that isn't even that good? So that was my beef with the Pilot. So now, of course, most tier 8 tanks or most new tanks that are coming into the game or that come into the game are for crates. You know, we've got used to it. It is a shame. I know Wargaming is still doing things like the Object 244 that you can get for just completing missions, which is really good. But I just think even now, Wargaming are just selling too many. There's too many crates. Everything that is coming to the game is for crates. And I think Wargaming need to, a bit of nostalgia, you know, go back a few years and sell some tanks. Sell some tanks rather than sell gold. Rather than sell crates. Sell some tanks straight out. You know, like the Progetto 46. When that come into the game, it was like £12 or £15, something like that, and it was just like, whoa, what the hell? It's not even crates. I was well happy. I was well happy because it was also a very good tank. But nowadays, anything new, crates. Crates. Everywhere are crates. Everywhere you look in the store is crates. And you look under the crates, you can find more crates. There are crates everywhere. So the T25 Pilot was just one of those that I've never wanted to love because of my beef with the tank. But overall, like, looking back at it now, of course, you can get the tank. You can get the tank very easy now. And when it does come for sale, it's usually around 5k gold, which is cheap. I mean, it is now cheap, but the problem isn't really the tank. It was the fact that this was one of the first tier 8 tanks to come in the game for crates. And it just really wound me up. Wound me up. But now we've kind of got used to it because every tank, it comes in crates. So what is, now I've got that out of the way, I haven't actually reviewed the tank since then. So what is the tank actually like? Now, it's not the best of tanks, I'm not gonna lie. It isn't the best of tanks. It looks pretty decent. The camouflage looks pretty decent. It's quite small. But other than that, it's nothing special. It's not overpowered. It's balanced. It really is balanced. It's not overpowered. It's just one of those average medium tanks. Now, the armor, 124mm on your turret, 76 on your hull. So you're not going to bounce everything. You're not going to bounce too much. The DPM, again, is, what, 2,193. We are running it with calibrated shells because the penetration isn't the best. So I am running it with calibrated shells. Now, the AP pen is just 202. That is with calibrated shells. And APCR is 263. You do have 50 on your HE. The damage, you've got a 225 alpha gun, 190 on your APCR and 270 on your HE. Your aim time, not the best at 3.4. Dispersion's okay at 0.308. And it does have 10 degrees of gun depression with 50 top speed. So looking at the stats, I mean, like I said, it's an average tank. It is an average tank, and I may have been a little harsh on the tank. Now, if you haven't visited that video, if you haven't viewed that video or watched the video, do go check it out, because I did give my honest opinion. And I always use that video when people say to me like, your wargaming's bitch, or you're not allowed, because you're a community contributor, you're not allowed to say this, you're not allowed to say that, wargaming always tell you what to say. I always refer people to that video. I always direct them to that video. Now, if that is someone who cannot say what I want to say, go watch that video, because I definitely said what I wanted to say. I didn't give a crap if Wargaming removed me as a CC, and the minute Wargaming ever tell me what to say in a video or what I cannot and can't say is the minute I would be leaving the community contributor program. But I know that won't happen, because Wargaming never tell us what to do. Of course, we're never going to sit there and say, Wargaming, you fucking twats, you're fucking dickhead. That's not because Wargaming are telling us not to. That's just because we are adults, and I don't need to say that stuff, you know? We can disagree with Wargaming. We can agree with Wargaming. We will be the first people, us contributors will be the first people to tell Wargaming when they're wrong. And this is what people don't see. So I was a little bit angry on that video, and of course I, in our CC chat, was a lot worse than that. It was like, what the frick are you doing, Wargaming? Like, why the hell are you selling this tank in crates? Like, what are you freaking doing? I'm still a CC. I'm still a CC after all that. After that video and this tank, I am still a community contributor. So that aside, the tank. Should you get it? Should you get this tank? Now, it all depends on how much gold you've got, how much money you've got, if you're a collector, or if you're looking for a tank to play. And those are all different, you know? Like myself, I used to be, not so much now, but I used to be a collector, where I just wanted every tank going, because I'm a collector. I wanted to master as many tanks as I possibly can. I wanted to get that ace tanker on as many tanks that I physically can. So I would just buy anything. I would buy anything that is going, because I wanted to get that mastery badge. Now, again, so if you're a collector, around 5k gold isn't actually so bad for a tier 8 tank. For somebody that wants just to play a tank and earn some credits, have a bit of fun, then no, 5k gold is a waste, because you're going to buy it, but it's not really that fun. I mean, it's not bad, the tank's not bad, but it's also not brilliant. So I would wait for that 5k gold, keep the 5k gold, and spend it on something that is a lot more enjoyable. I mean, things like the Type 62 Dragon. I know it's a tier 7 tank, but you're going to have much more fun in that Type 62 Dragon than you're going to in the T25 Pilot. You're going to have much more fun, and it costs around the same price. But you will have mega fun. You will have, the Type 62 is one of the best buys that you will ever have, and sometimes you can even get it cheaper than 5k gold, looking around sort of 3k, 4.5k, something like that. So overall, it's not a bad tank, but it's also not a brilliant tank. I was very harsh on the tank when I first did my review, but I had my reasons, and that was all down to crates. But you know, it's been a while now, it's been a couple of years, I've got over it. T25 Pilot, I apologize for my first video. I hope you forgive me. But let me know your thoughts on the T25 Pilot. For now, hope you enjoyed it, guys. I'm Meadsy, and I'll catch you all soon. Bye-bye. With